Gentlemen, we are now recording. We are in conference call. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right. Patrick, you want to kick it?
Yep.
Sounds like we got the feds listening in again.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, but they cause too much static. They're trying to interrupt it.
Okay. What's that sound? What's that sound?
That Les is trying to tell you. That Fed's trying to pop in.
Okay. Okay. Well, they're welcome to join the conversation. This is Patrick Henningsen from London. I'm reporting for 21stCenturyWire.com. Tonight I'm with Mr. Roy Reid, who's living outside of Austin, Texas. And Les, can you just tell us what's going on today?
Well, today there's not much going on today. Is waiting for tomorrow when the deadline for moving off my property is supposed to be.
Can you just give people the background of this situation?
Well, it's basically for supposed non-payment of federal income tax, that they put a notice of federal tax lien on the property, which is just a generic notice of federal tax lien, and FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act request, shows there is no lien behind it. And then they, through the process from 2004 up to the present, in 2007, they started the Department of Justice started an action in the United States District Court in Austin, Texas Division to foreclose on the lien against the property. The only problem being is that the property is homesteaded, which is protected by the Texas Constitution, Article 16, Section 50, that it can't be forcibly sold for a federal tax lien. And the land is also patented from 1847, and patented land has been ruled over and over again cannot be attacked by all the courts, from Supreme Court to all the other courts that have ruled on it. The patent is the highest form of title ownership to private property. Any property is a low title. Patented land can only be given away through inheritance or through an assignment when you sell the real estate, which is what's on top of the land. Anything that's on the land belongs or has the patent on the land. And the property was supposedly taken to auction. Well, first of all, they came in. I'd had a heart problem back in October. While I was off the property, the Sheriff's Department was nice enough to notify the IRS, and they came in and stole my cows and my tractors and guns and trucks and everything else.
Phone call us.
No, it's
Please leave message after tone.
I don't have to answer it. Anyway, while I was off the property, they did all that because they knew I wouldn't be able to stop them. So they were trespassing, committing criminal trespass. They broke and entered into my house, stole guns, some gold and silver coins. There wasn't very many, but they still stole them. An old crank telephone, antique phone, thing like a little camcorder, it probably wasn't worth $100. An old cheap telescope. They broke into my barn with a crowbar, pulled a latch up, stole 2 motorcycles, and tillers and other things that were in there. So they committed, during the commission of their criminal trespass, they committed destruction of private property, grand theft auto, cattle rustling, I can't remember what all I was going to say now, but anyway. And then the offer was made that we will give you your personal property back if you'll give us the move off the land voluntarily and let us sell it to pay your supposed IRS debt.
Did you have other properties that were taken?
Well, they took some properties back in 2007, just before the court case started, and they seized them and sold them without benefit of a judiciary hearing. And they never applied those before they when they started, they sold those in September of 2007. When the court case started in November, they were still going on the premise that I still owed as much money as before those two properties were sold. So where'd that money go?
Has the local sheriff's office or anybody been down to your property? Have there been any IRS agents or marshals with with force of arms or anything like that in the past?
Yeah, the marshal came down in 2008, October, 1st of October 2008.
Did you what happened when you reported this theft of your property?
Well, when I tried to record the theft of the property, the sheriff's deputy called back and said because it was the IRS, it was a confiscation and therefore it wasn't a theft.
Was did the person who took the property say he was involved?
No, he didn't say anything about that.
Did you ever speak to anyone who was involved?
No, he never was involved. The only one I know of for sure is the guy from the IRS who was a property specialist. PALS, I think it's property and acquisition and liquidation specialist, was the guy that was kind of ramrodding it. So I don't know who came in with the cow truck and rustled the cows, and who came in and took the tractors and the trailers and had a semi-trailer for storage. They just hooked up to that and hauled it off, and then used it for extortion to try to say, we'll return personal property if you give us your land to sell.
Hello?
So you were in hospital when this happened?
I was in a hospital when they came out and took all my personal property, yeah, when they did a criminal trespass.
Okay, this is Robert Henry from London with Patrick. There's a lot more to this story. It has to do with personal property rights versus the bogus liens that are filed by the Internal Revenue Service that have no force of law but are being enforced by the courts. Is that correct?
Yeah, basically, it's not a court. It's just an administrative tribunal. It's all run by the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice attorney, which case was U.S. attorney, assistant attorney called Wayman Dubose. He writes up all the orders, and the judge just rubber stamps them. And then it even says in the auction papers that it was the Department of Justice that had foreclosed on the property. Didn't say that the court's the one that foreclosed on it.
And you were never afforded a jury trial?
No.
Can you explain a little bit about a allodial title, please?
Any obligation to anyone else, you're free to have the land. It's your land. Well, allodial title is just free from any also called patented land, which in the United States was all given by patent. The United States gave patents to land to people that applied for them, whether patented mining claims or patented land for farmland or whatever. In Texas, since Texas retained her rights to the land when she supposedly joined the Union in 1845, the patents in Texas were issued by the state of Texas after 1845.
And what is the history of the property that you are sitting on right now?
Well, this particular property started out, this is just a piece of a 640 acre, which is a section of land which was half of a head right certificate that was given to the woman when she moved to Texas in 1838. She went out and surveyed in 1846 or so, or 1847, applied for a patent and got it for the 640 acres. So that patent covers all the land on that 640 acres. Eventually it was divided up in several tracts, and I bought 50 acres of that tract, which was covered by patent number 167 as recorded at the Texas General Land Office. The Supreme Court has ruled over and over and over again that whoever has the land protected by patent is unassailable in a court of law, even by a deed by the government. So even if they give a quitclaim deed for these people that supposedly bid on and bought this property at auction, they were only buying what's on top of the land, which belongs to me anyway because it's on my land. I own the patent and they can't get the patent. It's only transferable. You cannot sell a patented land.